guys. I think it's this way.
Weekend at the movies and SpongeBob movie. The sponge out of water stays afloat for another week, soaking up more than $30 million in third place at this week's box office.
Do you know what that means? Then let me teach you a lesson. Are we going to stand around here all day, or are we going to fight?
Spy comedy Kingsman: The Secret Services fights its way into second place. The pseudo-ode to James Bond took in almost $36 million this week. And
I don't do romance. My tastes are very singular. You wouldn't understand.
And dominating this week's box office, 50 Shades of Grey. Audiences were tied to the screen as it made its debut in first place. 50 Shades of Grey, gathered up plenty of green to the tune of almost $82 million. Well, Jason Gorber is a film critic with twitchfilm.com. He's in Cozumel, Mexico. Jason, way to hang in there, my friend, against all adversities. You're able to join us again this week, and we're glad you are. Let's talk about 50 Shades of Grey that opened just in time for Valentine's Day. What did you think?
Do we have to talk about 50? I guess we really should. Lots of people love this movie. This movie is terrible. And look, I understand it's really not for me. Like, I'm not necessarily the demographic to love. But remember, 50 Shades of Grey started as a Twilight fan fiction. It was like literally a sex novel about a vampire getting on with his like little woman and an S&M sort of fetish. And then it became this explosive hit that lots of people love. They love that it's a little bit risque, that it's a little bit S&M, but it's still safe. And she's still a good person, and he's still a good person in the sort of traditional romance novel ways of playing out. I went into the film absolutely hoping, with absolutely base level of expectations, thinking, how bad could it be? And unfortunately for me, it's even worse than I expected.
What made it so bad?
Well, there's no chemistry whatsoever between these two. So as risque as it is, and as, oh, look, they're whipping each other, and this is what gives them pleasure, there's no sexual chemistry whatsoever between these two performers. And the way that it's written, it just feels incredibly bland. It's that there's no excitement, there's no energy whatsoever in terms of what's going on. Look, it's a trashy film called 9.5 Weeks, which nails this kind of insane sort of dynamic between lovers, absolutely nails it. In fact, there's a scene in 50 Shades that echoes it with an ice cube, which is much, much, much worse. But regardless, I just think that it's a film that absolutely could have spoken to fans of the book, but also worked on a cinematic level. It's long, it's dreary, it's silly, it's preposterous. I just think it's not a good movie.
All right, enough said about that particular movie, 50 Shades of Grey. Let's go to the shades of success. We're hoping Flight of the Conchords star Jermaine Clement may be enjoying a stab at directing in vampire mockumentary What We Do in the Shadows. Tell us about this film.
Right, so this is a film that actually has played festivals for last year. It actually played Toronto International Film Festival and Imaginative. So Jermaine Clement from Flight of the Conchords with Taika Waititi, also who did a bunch of films and theatrical works together in New Zealand, have made this amazing film. This film I love, about a bunch of vampires that live together in a flat in New Zealand. And it is tremendous. It is hilarious. It's absolutely the Spinal Tap for the vampire set. And so you have sort of the fan fiction of 50 Shades of Grey going in a really terrible direction. This is Nosferatu meets Spinal Tap in the best possible way. It's a real tremendous, super, super funny movie with amazing performances. And look, Kiwi humor, the Kiwis sort of think of themselves as the Canadians compared to the Australians. Canadian and Kiwi humor is very similar. It's very dry, and it absolutely works for a Canadian audience. I definitely think it's a lot of fun.
In musical drama, musical comedy drama the last 5 years. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, another film I totally love. Another much better Valentine's weekend film. It's playing in limited theaters. It's got Anna Kendrick as the star. It's this beautiful music about a relationship between two people. And what happens is she starts at the end of the relationship, he starts at the beginning, and as they cross, the songs cross. It's a gorgeous off-Broadway musical, which is brought to the stage by one of a very prominent director in terms of doing this kind of stuff, Ursula Garbanese. And for me, I loved it so much that when it played Toronto, I actually saw it twice during the festival. In terms of a modern musical, one with beautiful music and exceptional performances, this is one. Look, Anna Kendrick's going to get all the joy for doing all her Pitch Perfect stuff, and what's not to love about that, or even Into the Woods. But this is a musical that I think that she should be remembered for. It's an amazing, amazing movie.
Well, Jason, we're going to let you get back to the hard work that you are enduring right there in Cozumel, Mexico. Film critic Jason Gorber, always a pleasure. Have fun, my friend.
Take care. All the best.